Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bunch of Nuts podcast. This is Dan here, Cass. Cass, hope you had a great vacation.
Yeah,
I had a quick trip to Florida. It was great. You were in Tennessee, and then you went to Georgia. You saw the Hall of Fame. I'm sure that was awesome.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Um, but this episode we just want to talk about kind of the main topic right now. I mean, there's some a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like the topic that everyone kind of had on their mind today was the Ohio State Stadium, I guess, changes, upgrades. A lot of people didn't like them, which that's on par for the fan base. I feel like lately, there's always something to complain about.
We're the,
I was
we're
a
the
fan.
defending national champions, and people are still finding things to complain about.
Yeah, I first off, I mean, the big news was Ohio State's adding premium seats in the South end zone
Yep.
in 2026. So not this year, 2026. It's going to include 400 premium chairbacks, and it's going to have like a little roof, like it's going to be like chairs, and then there's like a kind of like
Suites underneath.
like a dugout area underneath. It kind of looks like, and there's going to basically be unlimited food and drink.
Yeah, I think that's where the 1922 suite's going.
Yeah, it's literally called the 1922 Club. There's gonna be so basically 400 premium chair seats, unlimited food and drink, and it's gonna be priced at $6,000 a seat for the season. Just doing the math right there, Cass. That's 2.4 million for the university right there. So
Well, and let's that's per game.
is it per game or season? I thought it said season.
All for the season.
Yeah. Price
So
are
think okay. So I'm gonna look up the 2026 opponents because you can't their schedule's not set yet. The Big Ten schedule's not set yet.
is that Bama that year?
No, I'm looking it up. So what the heck?
Okay, it looks like I got it right here, Cass. The non-conference, we got Ball State
Woohoo.
at Texas, Kent State, and then it says we have a schedule. I have the Big Ten teams, but we'll definitely be playing Michigan at home for sure.
Well,
Uh,
it'll show the Big Ten teams who's
it says
home.
Oregon. It says Oregon's at home.
So we have Oregon, Northwestern, Michigan, Maryland, Illinois, Kent State, Ball State, all at home. We're on the road at USC, Nebraska, Iowa, and Indiana, and Texas.
Yeah.
So that this season alone, just in alcohol sales for the Oregon and Michigan is going to really jump up with them seedings. And then in 2027 is when we get Bama, New Hampshire, Bowling Green, Michigan State, Nebraska, Purdue, USC. So you're talking USC and Alabama coming into the shoe in 2027 when that's when those premium seats. Because think about it, you got the 1922 club, and then over top of that are going to have chairback. It's going to kind of be like the seats behind Huntington Park,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
where it's not where you'll probably get a waitress or a waiter come down and serve your drinks. My biggest, I love it. It's going to look really cool, but my biggest fear is those are going to be your big money donors that are just going to sit on their hands. So put them. That's kind of where, yeah. Let's put them in the 1922 club, and let's maybe, we got to figure out what they can do in the south stands, because with that happening, they're moving the band back to the north end zone where all up until 2001, that's where they used to be. And I know a lot of people are up in arms and like, oh, that's not fair to the band, blah blah blah. Okay, people, turn on any game in the 90s, Notre Dame game. It was loud.
I mean, I feel like acoustically, the way the shoe is designed, if the band's in the north stand, there's more walls kind of around them, so I feel like it would echo more. And then
And
if the noise goes obviously like south, it's I feel like acoustically it would
Especially if the
sound a lot,
rumor is true that they're going to move all the students in the north end zone.
which I would honestly kind of be for. I Here's the thing. Someone did bring this up. What happens if like I feel like this new stadium upgrade, it kind of hinders rushing the field a little bit for the students. I will say when I had my tickets in the south stands and then in the north stands, I enjoyed the north stands a lot more. Um,
To this day I still do.
the north stands just it feels more
Open
classic too. It feels more like you're in a cathedral.
and louder. Yeah, it was so loud.
The South stands, they're great. They're new. Everyone's loud, but it's the South stands almost feel more
I mean,
corporate.
last year I had first row in B deck, so I wasn't underneath for the Indiana game. I was first row of the B deck,
Yeah.
and it was loud. And I even told you and Blake after the game, I was like, guys, I've been here for Penn State and Michigan games, but where I sat, that was the loudest I've ever heard it in the shoe for
Mhm.
the Indiana game. So I can imagine for a big time Michigan game or Texas game, how loud it would be in the north end, especially now with the bandit. My question is, where's the opposing band going to be sitting for teams like Michigan and Penn State?
Oh,
Um, the
yeah.
bigger schools, Michigan, Penn State. I don't know if Texas will bring their band.
I feel like the band should go on the east side, the southeast side. So not in the south stands, but you're on the east side, like where the press
29A,
are. Yeah, where the press boxes are, but like kind of where the players' entrance comes from the
29A. Or
yeah, like
you can put them on south stands, but like right before you get to those double A sections where the 1922 club goes,
I
like
would
in the corner.
yeah, like in the corner where the tunnel is.
Yeah.
I think where you should put them. And I think that would be, and then it keeps everyone, the student section in the north stands. You make the south stands kind of the corporate section. I think that would be I think the south stand should just become the corporate donor section, and
And
then move all the students to the north stands, and then the common folk can go wherever.
yeah.
Just go on
And
the
and
sides.
here's the thing too. The Twitter morons that say we need a new scoreboard, we need a new turf. Guess what? These premium tickets in 2026 is going to pay for all that.
It's 2.4 million right to the university. I think it's great. Um, and I get it. Like there's tradition. Everyone's gonna find something to complain about. I think it's a good move though.
It is.
Don't knock it until you see it is what
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Yes, there needs a new scoreboard in north stands. Um, South, the big scoreboard, the massive scoreboard. Yeah, it could use a few tweaks, but there's also other things they need to do. C deck bathrooms, like C deck bathrooms, gotta find something.
I
And
mean,
also in A deck bathrooms, on the away on the home side, get rid of the troughs. I don't want to see somebody's dong while I'm peeing.
I honestly I just don't want to feel like cattle, man. I hate feeling like I'm like a cow when I'm
You
peeing.
know what bathrooms I'm talking about? The ones right there, 29A and the A deck.
They get nasty. No, I think honestly, I think the bathrooms that should take precedence over the scoreboard, to be honest.
Get rid of the troughs in A deck.
Like logistically, I just don't know with the scoreboard issue. Where would we put the new scoreboard?
On the north side, north end, because they want to put a new video board on both sides.
So they would have to basically remove the current scoreboard on the north side and make it a little bigger. You would have to configure the seat stat. If that's the plan, I like that plan. And
Keep it where it's at, but like if you have to take some seats out,
yeah. And then I would keep the South scoreboard as is, maybe just upgrade like the model, but keep it the
yeah,
same size. Upgrade the sound system. I think we're cooking right here, Cass. I think this is a good little I see the vision. It's just yeah,
he,
the bathrooms have to be a priority, dude. It's bad. Like my wife,
yeah.
she hates the bathrooms. It takes away from the experience. Especially if you're visiting, it's like what is this? Um
Like I hate the fact that even men have to wait 20 minutes to go take a pee at halftime.
But the thing is, though, if they get rid of the trots, I don't know.
The troughs are only in A deck.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, the bathroom. It's, they need to get. If you ever been to keep all right, the trots are good because you can fit multiple more people in the trots than just like a urinal. What they need to do is they need to make the trots nice, and what they should do, they should get. If you ever gone to, I think it's like at BJ's Brew House. It's like a cheesecake factory. Sometimes like the nice restaurants they have like it's like a marble granite like trough with like the waterfall. Just do that. I know it'd be a little pricey. It would add, I think, such a nice touch to the stadium, dude. Like it would make it feel, especially when you walk into the rotunda and you see like the rotunda, if you have like a marble like bathrooms with like the water flowing down, it just makes it will make the stadium look so incredible.
And
It'd
the
be
and game day atmosphere too. Like I get it. People are upset. Texas game, noon game. It's not like Ohio State and Fox didn't try to move that game. Like people are blaming Fox, but I blame Texas for being weird because the following week they play San Jose State at 11 a.m. like 11 a.m. their time. So what's the difference? Like because
they didn't want
because you want to go to church. It's a Sunday night game. Like go to church, go to mass in Ohio or something. Like
Oh, bro, have Ohio State will hold church for you.
yeah,
We'll get Master Teague. We'll get Travion
G
Henderson.
Scott,
We'll get baptized. Like, come on.
like you using that as an excuse to not to play a Sunday night game where all eyes will be on this game.
Yeah.
Fox wanted it, Ohio State wanted it, and I also blame Ohio State. Why are you dictating the away teams? Why are you allowing the away team to make this decision? This is a way to honor the 2024 national champions at night, Labor Day weekend, on Sunday night, where all eyes will be on you with Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. But also, too, if they would have moved it to Sunday night, we also wouldn't have saw Lee Corso's final opponent.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem, bro. Because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't appease everyone,
yeah,
unfortunately. Because if they did that, Twitter would be like, "Oh, well, you're doing Lee Corso dirty," and it's and think about this too. People would also be complaining because it's the first call. Well, it's the first, but it's technically second because week zero. It would
but it's the
be
biggest matchup by
people.
far.
I think the Ohio State fans, a lot of them would just want to play Saturday because they're going to see all the other teams play and they're going to be like, oh, I wish we were playing today. This is it'd be a little awkward.
Yeah,
So it's like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
but in making that atmosphere, Ohio State can make a noon game unbelievably awesome.
Oh yeah.
They can. They just, I think they need to get rid of the bubble, the rock and sock'em bubble where people running it. Get rid of that. Like, there's too many games going on between. I know they're trying to do in between the 3.5 minute timeouts. They're trying to do something, but we're tired of seeing students raise Brutus. We're tired of seeing people knock each other out in the ball thing. Like, come up with something different. Like for real. Like,
The problem is I like the ball thing, so this with the students racing Brutus, I've never seen Brutus lose. I think he smokes them every time. It's actually
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
I would like to
But
see
like,
a beer chugging competition between a student and Brutus. There you go, or something.
I mean, there's so many different things to like. I love the tradition of hang on Sloopy in the fourth quarter. That can never go away. But like, we need to find that moment from the first quarter going into the second quarter when things are kind of a little dicey. It's kind of a little bit boring because teams are still trying to figure it out. But something to get the crowd up, like a song or something. Like they played 3 songs last year that really got the crowd lit up. They played Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer." They
Yeah.
played Creed's "One Last Breath," and they played something else, and the crowd was just going nuts during the timeouts.
The
Like,
the fans love Creed. I get if they hey
And
they
the Bon
play.
Jovi song.
I'm telling you, they play Pink Pony Club. The people will go nuts.
I
Um,
mean, even the students were going nuts. I hate the song, but even the students were going nuts for "Hot to Go."
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and then remember one year the Diaz, the closer for the Mets, his song,
The
like
truck.
they brought a trumpet on the thing every between the first and second quarter, and a trumpet player played that song, and the crowd went going crazy. Like you can make noon games like fun. Like you can make noon games just be creative. Like the creative team just stinks.
I mean, the problem is too. All right, I think what happened with COVID. I feel like prior to COVID, noon games were never an issue. Like I
Yeah.
posted the clip like earlier last week. It was just Urban hyping the crowd up during the Michigan game, the game, and it was so loud. Everyone was into it. I think it also matters about the quality of opponent. I think,
Like the 2019 Penn State game was nuts.
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't the 2017 game, but like it wasn't as nuts as that. But the 2019 Justin Fields noon game was nuts.
yeah,
Like
I think the quality opponent has to do with it. Um, I just feel like when people were saying like I think it was like a lot of Oregon fans like, oh, in 2021 we came here and it was a snooze fest when
it was still during COVID.
it was literally the first game after COVID, a noon game, and everyone was kind of it was an interesting
It was
atmosphere.
really weird.
It was like people weren't football was back, but it wasn't like the crowd wasn't as back, if that made sense. Like everyone still had to wear the masks, and it just wasn't. So I think it's this fan base had to heal a little bit, if that makes sense. I thought the Indiana game this year was fantastic. I thought that
I
was
mean, even the Michigan game this year was really fun,
yeah,
even though we lost. Like the crowd was into it. The crowd was loud. Um, crowd was loud for the Indiana game. Um, I mean, there was other games that I went to, and the crowd was pretty loud. So it's not like you just gotta. You also gotta like the crowd's going to go nuts. It's going to be a great electric atmosphere at
oh
noon
yeah.
for the Texas game, but you got to also find a way to get your fans in it. And people are complaining about the 3:30 game with Grambling and the 7 o'clock game with Ohio. Do you know why they're doing those games at those times? It's because fans will be already drunk into the stadium and riled up.
Yeah.
Like because by time the fourth quarter hits, that when we're up by 40 or 50 points, that's when we don't have to be loud. They want you loud at the beginning of the game, and for a game like those, you have to be drinking all day.
I believe this.
So that's kind of brilliant by Ohio State to just schedule those games.
I've changed in my life too. When I was in college, I think I liked the night games the best, to be honest. And then there was a time where I was like, no, I think 3:30 is the best because I can sleep in and then still go out at night. But now
I
I just want to get on with it. Like
see.
I like the noon games. I don't.
I like noon games too, but when I want to go to a game, I like the 3:30. Like I like because I'm a I'm a guy that loves the twilight. I love when the game is starting with the bright suns and ends with the sun going down. That's
Yeah.
how that's how I love it. But when I'm going to a game and someone that wakes up at 4 o'clock every morning to go to work, give me a noon game all day. Give me a noon game all day. Because I'm there like the Minnesota game, well, not Minnesota game, was it Michigan State game? Kyle McCord, it's the best game of his career. Dude, I was yawning in the stands for the Michigan State game because
No.
one, it got dark early because it was already past
Yeah.
daylight savings, and two, it was a snooze fest of a game.
Yeah. No, I mean that was kind of like what the Western Michigan game this year. Like Jeremiah Smith had that electric touchdown, and that was the most hype, like one of the hype plays of the season. To be honest, I feel like that kind of set him on the trajectory he went on. But yeah, we left at like early third quarter. We were exhausted, and
Dude, I
it
watched the rest of that game in bed.
it depends. It depends on the demographic. Ohio State needs to do some research on the demographics, figure out what the majority of the people are and what the time slot. They just need to send out a survey. honestly, just
Notre Dame plays home games at 2:30. I think 2:30 would be a cool time to play.
that's a really good time, honestly, because
Like NBC has a contract with the Big Ten, and they end up getting the night game out of that. But like if when they go, and I guarantee this is what's going to happen in a couple years when the Big Ten meets with these three TV networks. The Big Ten might lay it on the table and be like, look, Michigan, Ohio State are the two teams that are always on Fox. Always. Hopefully by then, Nebraska is going to be better. USC is going to be better. Penn State can still get better. Oregon would be better. They're obviously not going to play USC and Oregon on a big noon game.
yeah.
But like, how many times have we, like this year, we played Purdue and Marshall on big noon kickoff? Why can't you go to Indiana? Like, why can't you go to Rutgers when Oregon is playing Rutgers on big noon kickoff?
Like, yeah, it's those games shouldn't be on Big Noon Kickoff, and those games probably be 3:30 games. I would say.
Yeah, I think CBS got the raw end of this deal because
I
they had the premier SEC game.
yeah.
And if you look at it, and I love working with for Fox, but if you look at the TV when you're watching a game and you look at the TV network broadcast of a game, CBS is better,
Oh, 100%.
100%. Like the broadcast, like I
The
like
type
Gus
of
and Joel
nostalgia.
better than Brad and Gary, but when it comes to the camera angles and stuff, give me CBS.
No, I like when it comes to yeah, you're no like so I like Gus and Joel more than Gary and Brad. You're absolutely right there. But like when you watch CBS, I think the score bug is better. The camera angles, the way they kind of like pan and they do
They use the drone.
it's how even like it's the same thing with the PGA. When like I watch a ton of golf these days, and we still haven't gone golfing, and we need to go golfing. Um, when it's like on ESPN, I'm like, okay, like it's ESPN is great because you can go to ESPN Plus and you can watch every golfer no matter where they are. But there's something special when like it comes on Saturday or Sunday on CBS during a good time
It's
slot, and it's just the production is way better.
okay. Let's look at CBS Sports as a whole. If you really look at CBS Sports, they're kind of like shovel to the side when it comes. My brother watches CB. He has CBS Sports up in his. He just watches the TV highlights and all that in his barbershop. He said the reason why I watch CBS Sports because they're not yelling at each other
Yeah.
like ESPN and Fox does.
Yeah.
NFL production, CBS is better by all means. Golf, CBS is better. College basketball, CBS is better. College football, CBS is better. Why isn't CBS, who probably has more money than Fox, saying why can't they had the premier SEC games? Why can't they be the premier Big Ten network?
It's really interesting. I will say too, like CBS, they do a good job of
But
the production with not even like the main games, like the 3:30 game, like the CBS Sports Network. If you're just watching,
watch New Mexico versus Colorado State.
yeah, yeah, I'm always like, oh, this is sign me up to like a Hawaii game, like this is great. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to like glaze CBS. We're pointing out facts here.
It's the
And
cameras. It's the cameras and the production.
yeah, it's
And I know some great production guys for Fox. It's just I think the reason why and no one has really thinks about this. I just thought about this right now. Watching Big Ten Network games, their score bugs, their camera angles mimic Fox.
Yeah, Big Ten's production is not good. They're the bottom of the barrel. When you put well, yeah, it is very similar to Fox. Now you point that out. I I like ABC with like ABC and ESPN. Prefer it more ABC, even though it's basically ESPN at times. But I feel like when it's on ABC, there's a little
The SEC on ABC
yeah, there's a little difference I
with
know.
Sean Mc, and I like Sean McDonough. I wish CBS. I like Brad Nesser, but I wish NBC would have got. Don't get me wrong. Noah Eagle is up and coming. He's going to be great, and I like Todd Blackledge. I always have,
Me
but I
too.
think if Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge would have stayed together, or Brad Nessler and Todd Blackledge would have stayed together, perfect pair up.
It really would have. But I mean, these are great points that we're making right here. I had another point. Oh, just with Fox too. Like they did a Super Bowl this year and they tried out the new score bug, and like
It was,
it's just I don't know. It just I feel like Fox has regressed a little bit. Um, maybe TNT. I know T is TNT should get into football, man. I know they got rid of basketball, but like if imagine if they did college football.
hey, but the NBC, the NBA on NBC theme song is coming back, and I'm hyped about that.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be good.
I was reading the TikTok comments because there was a TikTok video about NBA on NBC. I was
Yeah.
reading somebody put on the TikTok comment said the official theme song of Michael Jordan breaking all the hopes and dreams.
That's so funny, dude.
But
Uh,
yeah, there's a lot of upgrades the horseshoe needs to do, and they've got time, and I can't wait. Ticket packages go on sale June 6th, and the choices aren't very good, but that's okay. You still get to go into the shoe.
I'll say this too, bro, about the horseshoe. They've been slowly doing upgrades over time. If you've been a fan since at least since the mid
You
2010s,
should see a picture from when my first game I went to. There was railing in South stands.
and they no and believe it or not, they listen. They added the Wi-Fi. Like I remember years ago didn't even have Wi-Fi, and like we finally it's not great Wi-Fi.
It's better than it was a couple years
It's
ago.
it's a billion times better. I can actually like watch. I can pull up a score and watch a game on my phone now. They've added.
They
Uh,
fixed they fixed camera deck. Like
yeah.
the ceiling tiles, like the camera deck looks good. I've been in it. Like
They've they've also fixed, which I thought they've done a good job with this. Well, not fixed, but they added like that Coors Light,
they
like
added alcohol.
they add the alcohol, but they add like that Coors Light beer den
Yeah.
on the west. What is it? The west side when you walk in on the west side. I thought that's so cool, dude. I'm like
Yeah.
that
They need one on both ends.
they do. Um,
They need more team shots too.
they do. They do.
They like bigger ones. Like why do you have the silent auctions in there? Like that's I'd never understood that. Like I feel like all those autographs and stuff have been the same autographs for like the last 4 years because nobody bids on those silent auction items.
We should bid on one now. If you think that's the truth, we should just bid like $5 and just see if we can get it.
But like I wonder how many drunk people go in there and be like, oh yeah, $500, and then when they win, they're like, oh, I don't have the $500 to pay for it.
I just I feel like the silent auction's rigged. I don't want.
To me, I used to be an autograph person. I still have a bunch of autographs, but I like pictures more than autographs anymore because with NIL and all that, people they sign so much stuff. It's just really not worth it anymore.
I honestly, for me, I don't care about the pictures. I don't care about the autographs. I care about like just like the experience and like
Well,
maybe I get to like shake
like
the
it,
guy's hand or like say
yeah.
hi and
When
that's
I
really it.
like to me when I meet somebody and they're willing to take a picture, then I'll take a picture with them. Which yeah. So, but hey, the
Care
Cardell
about the
Jones,
memories, to be
yeah,
honest.
the Cardell Jones celebrity softball tickets are on sale. Think about going to that again. They already have the lineups. Braxton Miller's team versus I think Cardell Jones's team. I think I'll have to really look at the roster again.
That'll be a good one, bro. I think we should go. I'd be down to go to that, honestly.
I went last year, met Will Howard and all them.
I know. I remember you're like, you saw Lincoln Keynoles hit like 40 bombs.
Yeah. So, but yeah, football season's on the horizon. You know, I've been killing it with the graphics. Again, the countdown graphics. I just look forward to it every year.
It's crazy because we're like in the 80s now, and it went from like 120 days to 80 days
Yeah,
like that. The problem is, I think that we run into the issue where we hit like days 70
60s.
through like 50. That's a tough one.
Yeah, like six. Like when you're looking at the like I was looking up number 84. I did Doug Worthington last year. I was going to do Corey Smith, and then I realized he got arrested for something stupid.
Oh yeah,
And
he shot his gun or something
yeah,
like in the
and then I was like,
residential area.
then I looked and it said Jeff Graham, and thought to myself,
Jeff,
this dude played with Kirk Herbstreit, and I literally took the screenshot off of a football card. I'll have to show it to you, and that's how I did the graphic for that. And then Dan texted me, he was like, I totally forgot Nugent wore 85.
I no, that's a crazy number. Like when you think of like kickers, like you would never think of 85 as a kicker, and like it's so funny to see like Nugent's 85, and he played with like one of the most iconic 85s all time in the NFL with Chad Ochocinco. But it's
And he
just
wore
like,
number 2.
and yeah, and it's just like if Ochocinco wasn't on the Bengals, do you think he would have worn 85?
No,
Like,
because the back then kickers were only allowed to wear 1 through 19.
oh, was that a rule back in the day?
Yeah, oh yeah. In the NFL back in the day.
Really? I thought they could have gone high. I thought they had
Yeah.
some leeway.
Kickers and quarterbacks could wear 1 through 19.
Yep.
Wide receivers could wear 10 through 19 or 80 through 89. Running backs could only wear 20 through 49.
Except remember though, like Devin Hester for some reason was able to wear 23
It was because he came in the league as a
corner.
corner.
And
Yeah,
then they found I'm sorry,
they
that's
found a
the
loophole.
loophole back in the day. Like oh yeah, that's Mike Nugent. He's a tight end. Oh, he's switching the kicker. There you go, number 85. Like, what are we doing?
Like there's some numbers on that I'm doing for this countdown where like number 66, there's really no one ever good that ever wore that. Like I literally found number 82, Billy Billy something, and it's literally the guy just sitting on the bench with his number 82 jersey. Like
87 tomorrow is today was I think tomorrow's 87, right? Did I
yeah,
post
tomorrow's 87.
that
And
post? Yeah, I posted. Today was a weird one because I posted it like right at midnight because I was very excited. Tomorrow's 87, and I'll tell you right now, it's like it's restock sale. Like, and he's not even on the team
he's
anymore. But like,
right, that's what I'm telling you.
but he's hey, that's a national champ.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and then we got coming up, obviously Jeff Graham coming up, Mike Nugent, Jake Ballard. Every picture that I tried to get of him flipping off the Ohio State sidelines during the Rose Bowl was either the Getty images or a signed picture, and I'm like, come on.
I'll tell you this: this one little note thing I've noticed about our show when we do the countdown, and we've done Jake Ballard a couple times. He's like we've done him like two or three times. He's given us the retweet like I would say 60%, 66% of the time. So
Yeah.
I'm like, will the streak continue or will this be like or is it like Groundhog Day? Like, will Jake Ballard see his stats or like will he
and
give us
I think I've used a different picture every year too.
yeah, no, just keep, take a note. Let's see what happens when we reach 84. No, it's I like the for me the hardest part I think is in from like the 50s to the 40s though by far. Like the 70s, it's not as bad because there's a lineman.
Yeah,
60s, it's not
like
terrible.
60s are going to be the worst because 61 there really isn't anybody that ever good that wore number 61. 60, like I have the list of like the greatest of all time of people. Um, like Jim Marshall is going to be 76 when I get to him. We've used Orlando Pace, John Hicks,
Yeah.
but like 71 Pete Cusack, 70 David Foley, which I'll probably use Josh Fryer
Yeah.
because he's a national champion. Dick Mack, number 69, like Tom Bugle, number 66, Alan Klein, number 67, which I might use BB Landers for Robert Landers
I
for
would use BB.
67.
Yeah, BB.
But like then once like 66 is a tough one. 71 is kind of a tough one. Um, and then you got once you get to 65, Pat Elflein, Jimmy Cordell, Michael Bennett, Jim Parker, 61, 61 and 60, you're like, eh. But when you get into 50s, you have Tyquan Lewis, Steve Tovar, Mike Kudla, Rob Murphy, Nick Mangold, Billy Price, Randy Gasser, Tom DeLune, Anthony Schlegel, Mike Brewster, Jason Gwynn, Vince Skillings. I think once you get to 59, you start like you're gonna start ramble. They're gonna just
Yeah, and then like in the 30s, you'll get like Bobby Carpenter. You'll get
Paul Warfield's number 42. I might talk that might be Bobby.
that's a crazy number.
For a
32.
wide receiver, Paul Warfield, number
A
42.
crazy number.
Um,
It's
yeah.
that's insane.
But in the 30s, man, you got Malik Harrison, Harold Henson, Josh Perry, Spielman, Jim Otis, Carlos Hyde, James Laurinaitis, Jack Tatum, Vic Genowicz, Bill Willis. Uh, well, actually, that might be. I might use Cody Simon for that.
You could
Number 30.
use Cooper, Jonathan. There was a debate actually, like who is like the best number zero in the NFL. Like people were like, oh, it's like Roquan. Some people were saying Calvin Ridley, but like I feel like Jonathan Cooper. He didn't even like make the top 10, but like he had like 10 sacks for the Broncos last year. He's become a sneaky good player. And he was the first ever Bill Willis like number zero recipient at Ohio. So like he's not wearing that in the NFL to be cocky in anything.
Dude, I think Sonny Styles is going to run away with that this year.
I could see that.
I other than I was listening to Austin and Berm, and other than Austin and Berm, other than Sonny Styles, they said Brandon Ennis is the only other one that you can think of. But
That's
Brandon Ennis has only got one. He's got one more year left.
yeah, and they're not gonna. They would give it to Sonny if you wanted it. I think
Yeah. So, but we'll get to
or
break down some football soon.
it's coming, bro.
Next week could be sanction talk. Next week,
We will.
hopefully this weekend, January 6th. June 6th. Will Michigan get the hammer, or will they not get the hammer?
We got about 30 seconds. I just want to say this. I'm not expecting anything this week or next week. I was give him like a month. It's just gonna be funny when like this week when it's pretty anticlimactic and nothing probably happens, and then all the Michigan fans will be like, so what about the hammer? What about the hammer? It's like it's still gonna come. It might not be instant, but that's all I got. We'll be back next week for hopefully some sanctions. Can't wait for that, Cass. Thank you so much for everyone for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.